Alright, today's video is going to be on these crook problems, and crook problems are a simple application of parallel lines. We're going to use our parallel line properties to solve for these missing angles. So for each of the following, find the measure of our angle 1, so our missing angle that we want to see here. I notice that I have 3 parallel lines. I have to use the properties of parallel lines. I'm either going to start at the top or the bottom. I'm going to start where I have numbers. So I see here that I have 120 degrees. What I'm going to do first is just concentrate between these two lines. I'm going to ignore everything else and I'm just going to stay within these two. I can either use same side interior relationship or I can use alternate interior angles. Those are pretty much the two basic angle relationships you're going to use. Alternate interior is a congruent relationship. Same side interior is a supplementary relationship. So you could either use that alternate interior relationship and then use your supplementary, or you can use same side interior. Either way, you're going to end up with this piece, this angle right here, to be 60 degrees. Once I have that filled out, now I need to concentrate my efforts between these two lines. I'm only going to use 2 lines at a time. I'm never going to jump from the bottom line to the top line. I have to stay within those 2. And I see that this whole thing right here is 85. Well, we just found that the bottom portion is 60. We have to use our angle addition to find this missing length right here. So if the whole thing is 85 and the bottom part is 60, we just subtract to find that the top half is going to be 25. Then we use those alternate interior angle relationships to find that this is also going to be 25. And then last, if I want this missing angle, angle 1, I'm not in between 2 parallel lines, but I have a straight line. So these 2 angles are forming a linear pair. And I know that linear pairs add up to 180. So I take 25 away from 180 to get 155. So the measure of my missing angle 1 is going to be 155 degrees. Again, we're using those parallel line properties. When we go to number 2, this is a true crook problem. It doesn't have that additional parallel line drawn in. So anytime you come to this problem and there's a crook, this sharp point right here, your job is to draw in an additional parallel line. So anytime you have a sharp point, go ahead and just draw in those parallel lines. That's going to help us here. We can start at the top or bottom, doesn't matter. I'm going to start at the bottom. We've got 25. Again, we can either use same side interior supplementary relationships or congruent alternate interior relationships. So if that's 25, that's 25. Unlike the last problem, I'm stuck. Before I knew what this angle measure was, so I could just subtract. This is the angle that I'm looking for. So then I want to go to the other side, start at the top. If this is 120, I see that these are making a straight line. So this is a linear pair, which makes this 60. Or I could see that these are vertical angles, and I can know that this is going to be 120. Doesn't matter which way you go, you can use any angle relationship you know of. Linear pairs, vertical angles, alternate interior, same side interior. Stick to those 4 though. So I need this angle. This is what I'm missing. I need the top part of angle 1, so I'm going to use that alternate interior relationship to find that this is going to be 60. Angle 1 is the combination. This is the top part, that's the bottom part. I have to add 60 and 25 together to find the measure of my angle 1, in this case being 85. All right, last problem for our notes is we've got multiple crooks here. So I've got a pointy here, I got a point there. Every single time you see a point, your job is to draw in that parallel line. Remember, when we do parallel lines, we stick in between 2 lines at a time. So let's go ahead and start at the top this time. Do something a little bit different. So I'm going to concentrate just between these 2 lines first. Alternate interior angles is a congruent relationship. I have that this angle is 81. We just found that this top part is 55. So if the whole thing is 81 and the top part is 55, I subtract to find the bottom part is going to be 26 degrees. Now that I've crossed over to the other side of the parallel line, I've got to move, and now I'm only going to be working between these two lines. And I like to use the alternate interior angle relationship because it's congruent, so you don't have to worry about subtracting anything. So if this is 26, that means that this is 26. I'm stuck now. This is my angle that I'm looking for. I just found the top part of my angle. Now I need to find the bottom part. So now we're going to work from the other direction. I can see that this is 152, so I can use that vertical angle congruent relationship to hop over that line. Or I could use this linear relationship and do 180 minus 152. It all depends on how comfortable you are with your pieces, doesn't matter. This is 28. 180 minus 152 leaves us with 28. Now I have my last two pieces, my last two parallel lines. This 28 has to stay within these two lines using those alternate interior angles being congruent. I know this is going to be 28 as well. Which brings us to our last piece. Angle 1, the top part is 26, the bottom part is 28. So to find the measure of angle 1, I have to add those two pieces together. And we find that the measure of angle 1 is going to be 54 degrees. So if you have the big angle like we did up here on the top crook, you subtract to find the missing piece, just like we did with angle addition. When we're looking for that angle itself, when we're looking for the big angle, we add the two small pieces together to give us the big one. All right, and that's all we have for our video today.